Hey, what's up, guys? It's IceCat here, and I actually want to talk to you today about this video game, Black Ops 3. You know me, I'm kind of like video games a lot. I also like things like sci-fi and like psychological thrillers and weird, surreal stuff like that. So this game, now I just finished this game just now, and so the story of this game, it really blew me away. And when I finish games, I like to do some research online and things like that. Had to do some research about just a spoiler warning here. I'm going to talk about things like the ending of this game. So yeah, if you haven't played this game and you want to play this game, you better just put this video on your watch list or something, because I'm going to be coming with some spoilers, obviously. But yeah, this game, the story was fucking really kind of mad. It's right. It's just like, if you know me, it's just the kind of story that I like. It really grips me. And obviously, there's a ton of videos on the story of this game and stuff and the ending online. But I noticed none of them actually answer the question of like who you are. Obviously, there's this character called John Taylor, and that's the big thing at the end. Your character says his name is John Taylor. And it's like a lot of the videos online, they tend to I don't know, they tend to not put that much importance on this bit in the end, which to me is like the most important bit of pretty much the story, probably. But yeah, I notice a lot of these videos and explanations don't actually answer the question: who are you? Who is your character? In the game. So I thought, well, I might as well have a go at talking about this myself. After doing a lot of watching and reading and stuff about the story, I noticed it tends to be kind of two schools of thought, like regarding the story, which is one of them is at the end, the player you start off with in the first mission, he dies, obviously. And I think that's most guys can agree with that. He kind of dies at the end of the first mission. And the rest of what happens is kind of fever dreams, very similar to the film Jacob's Ladder, which again, I noticed, I love this film, Jacob's Ladder. I've noticed not many people have seen it. And online, I couldn't find one person that actually made the connection to the film Jacob's Ladder and this video game. So I'm hoping some people listening to this vlog now can hear me make that connection. And if they haven't seen that film, Jacob's Ladder, just definitely watch it. It's an amazing film. If you like this kind of stuff, just watch it as soon as you can. But yeah, so the missions after the first mission, they're kind of like a fever dream. Don't really know what's going on. Most people kind of tend to agree that it's this guy John Taylor. This guy, he did a kind of, is it called a DNI sync? He kind of did a mind meld, a Star Trek mind meld with your character, and that's why your character, using the cybernetics, the implants and stuff in the story. It's a futuristic sci-fi story, obviously. He links with you to help you through, tries to save your life. Obviously, that doesn't happen, and that's his memories. The rest of the missions, most people tend to agree on that, and yeah, I get, you know, that's okay. That seems to be a pretty solid interpretation of the story. But the final mission, then it's like, is it real? Is it still a dream? Or is it? I mean, the mission is called Life, right? So presumably that is real, right? It's a real person at the end, which again, it really made me think, because it's like, wait, it lets you choose if you're a man or a woman. So it's like, if you're a woman and you are John Taylor, that's obviously non-canon, or so I've read this interpretation as well, that some guys online, they think, oh no, at the end your player survives, but your player is taken over by the consciousness of John Taylor. And if you played as the women, if you pick the woman character, that can make it. You can make that make sense. I don't know if that's what the writer intended. And I would, if I had to say, I'd say that story would be non-canon. But yeah, a lot of people some people think you're just John Taylor the whole way through. Like your player, his name, your your player never gets a name. His name is literally player. He never really existed or something. I think that's what they believe, and it's like the whole game is you're John Taylor, and you're the one that either I can't even remember now, like you died or you're going insane through the DNA, the ghost hacking or whatever stuff like that, sci-fi weird. That's kind of weird because the hacking thing is meant to symbolize death. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, and I think some people even just still think the last mission is also a dream. Like only the first mission basically was real, and everything after that is just a dream, like a near death fever dream, including that last mission, which I'm not sure about that. I would tend to think you are John Taylor at the end, and you're supposed to pick the male character, so it's a male voice, obviously coming out, which makes it canon, which makes it make sense. So he says, "Yeah, my name is Taylor" at the end, and yeah, at the end, like I guess you switch. You're playing the player that died, but he finally dies at the end, and the end is for the brief little bit at the end when you're coming out of the base. You are Taylor, right? And the soldier says, "What's your name?" And he's like, "My name's Taylor," and he's all shook up, obviously, because he's just come out. He's his DNI consciousness, his consciousness and his DNI, which is his the computers in his brain that's tapped into his consciousness. That still had the player, but the player was purged, and so he was back to being Taylor. Yeah, I guess that's the interpretation I'd want to go with. Or maybe, and I just thought of this now, maybe it's just some completely random soldier, like with a DNI, some sort of cyber soldier. He was one, a random one at the end. He just comes in and he interfaces with the computer, and it's he gets taken over by Taylor. I mean, I just thought of that potential ending now. But yeah, just put this vlog out there. I thought I had to. Hopefully I'll be doing some more of these on video games and stuff. But yeah, so that the main question that made me do this is the videos on YouTube. They're great regarding this game. I love the story. I love the videos. But no, there's a lot of them. They didn't tend to answer that question. Who are you at the end? So I thought I'd talk about it then. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I'll see you next time.